This is the new Chevrolet Colorado ZR2 Bison version. At first glance, it looks like any other ZR2, but a couple of details make it a different beast. Under the chassis, there's something you can't see, but it's pretty heavy and you need it if you're really serious. Inside, there's a small change that many people don't notice, but it really makes a huge difference in everyday life. But there's a detail about this Bison that's not exactly meant for you to take it to the mall. However, this Bison has a significant issue you should be aware of. The big question, is this more worth it than a Ford Ranger Raptor? I'll tell you in this video. Welcome. From the front, this Bison is more aggressive than any other Colorado and comes signed by American Expedition Vehicles, which gives it not only looks, but also functionality. The bumper, for instance, is completely steel. We also have good functionality here in the front, including the logo that comes with this integrated red. I really like that. And in general, the color red, the black grille, and this accent on the hood, also in red, give a really nice character to the Colorado ZR2 Bison. And as I was saying, the integration of American Expedition Vehicle is not just cosmetic, not just for looks, but it also improves the approach angle. In addition to that, it has skid plates to protect the differentials, tank, and transmission, and exposed recovery hooks in red. The huge tires you see here are Goodyear Wrangler Territory, mud terrain 35 inches. It's the only one in its segment with that tire size. Straight from the factory. The rims are black with an exclusive design for this Bison model. And, of course, you'll have a Multimatic dynamic suspension spool valve shock absorber suspension, which is already legendary for its off-road performance. From the side, you can notice the taller proportions and the widened wheel arches. The skid plates also stand out on the sides, and the most striking thing is this right here. The ZR2 Bison stands out with this obvious detail. As I was saying, it's not exactly meant for going to the mall. This gives it an off-road characteristic. It's made to get dirty. Because if something happens to you, well, you have a full-size spare tire, and that's that vertical tire carrier, mounted and embedded in the cargo bed. That's one of the most important features, and above all, what gives it that character. Very beautiful, very aggressive overall. The car has a minor visibility issue. Before I start driving, I want you to notice something. The truck is pretty tall, and here, you don't have a retractable step to help you out of it. Getting into it is like a good gym workout. Short people are really going to struggle with this in typical city driving. Although the suspension helps, the Multimatic, hey, I think with those 35-inch tires, it still manages to transmit some imperfections. Here I am on a perfectly paved road, but in the moments when I've gone over little potholes, I have felt them. It's not something that's too bothersome, but for someone, look, for example, there were some bumps on the road right there. And of course, you feel it more than in other vehicles with different characteristics, right? Even though the truck is big, the steering itself feels quite precise. I mean, I don't feel like I'm piloting a huge boat, you know? In the cabin, you can definitely hear noises from outside, and obviously you feel the engine noise here, present in the cabin. But, well, nothing that's really bothersome. I mean, it's not extremely noisy or anything, you know? What really seems like it's just for decoration is this mirror, because the tire carrier, the spare tire there in the bed, well, it does block it. I would say about 60% of the visibility with this rear view mirror. You have a telescopic steering wheel, but it's manual, right? Distance and height adjustment. Finding that sweet spot for each person can be a bit of a challenge, but once you get it set up, I think you'll be fine. While showing you the engine, I noticed someone drove it through puddles, indicating they had some fun. The engine in this ZR2 is a 2.7-liter Turbo Max 4-cylinder engine. The power output is 310 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. It's connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission and, obviously, 4-wheel drive with a low-range transfer case. The thrust, as I'll tell you while I'm driving it, is solid. Now, let's see what's different inside this ZR2, the Bison version. But before that, if you're enjoying the video, give me a like and subscribe to the channel. Because if you don't, this could be the last time you see me. That's how YouTube works. Welcome to the Freddy Car Power 360 community, and I'll keep showing you more things. The interior? Let's see, is there anything different compared to a regular Colorado? Well, that's what we're going to see next. So let's grab this over here and get started. The screen is exactly the same. It's the 11-inch screen that's part of the new generation of screens that came out a couple of years ago. The instrument panel doesn't change compared to the regular model either. We have some stitching here. I do think this is an exclusive detail of the ZR2. The steering is exactly the same. We have a central module, a central console, where you can use this selector to control the driving modes and also the traction control. Wireless charging for your phone, USB connectivity, and different buttons, just like the others have with their differential locks. This is something I love to turn off. Tell me if you also like to turn this off, because I really hate it. The auto start-stop, the automatic on and off control. And well, we have the lane keeping system and this button that lowers all 4 windows, which is a good thing. Let's say in case someone has stomach problems or for cooling down. The downside is that it doesn't raise all 4 windows. You have to come here and do it manually. That's the only downside to that feature. But anyway, it's appreciated and we give them credit for it. Over here we have a sunroof. Regular size, it's small. Here we have details like the air vents and embroidery details. Part of that strategic alliance is also the slogan, which you'll find as American Expedition Vehicle. That slogan on the floor mats. The rubber floor mats are there so they don't get dirty. Designed for off-roading, it features high-quality floor mats and ample space, being a double cab. The space isn't, let's say, too big, but I think 4 people, even 5, can travel without any problem. And something different to highlight is the ZR2. That emblem looks really good. And with this accent, I think it contrasts quite well. You have the Bose sound system. It sounds pretty good. And I'm going to tell you something about this screen, because it has had problems specifically. Well, the cluster screen has had an issue that I consider serious, and several drivers have complained about it. It has several driving modes, but most of them, let's say the fun modes, are for off-roading, for uneven terrain. You have a Baja mode for racing off the asphalt, and you also have a terrain mode. Another mode, the normal mode that we use in the city, you have the mode for towing a trailer, and also the off-road mode. Obviously, it makes adjustments to the traction so it can perform very well in terrain that would be like its natural habitat. And the problem basically with this instrument cluster dashboard is that for some people, or for many owners, it would turn off or freeze. It didn't respond, which is a problem. It's not exclusive to the Bison version, but it has affected models of the ZR2, which is not Bison, and versions of the regular Colorado. General Motors issued a bulletin about an important issue they're investigating, which is worth keeping in mind. But there's a detail I mentioned to you about the interior, and it's the cameras that this Colorado ZR2 has in the Bison version. They're cameras, let's say, with different angles, specifically to make off-roading easier. Look, you can monitor what's happening in the bed back there and also see what's happening on the sides of the vehicle. On the side, you can see what's happening near the tires. And you have a variety of really interesting angles that allow you, let's say, to avoid obstacles. I mean, it's a pretty complete 360-degree peripheral view. In the rear, there aren't big visual changes, but there are functional ones. We also have rear steel bumpers with recovery points and additional integrated hooks to secure the load or to tow the box. Let's take a look here. It comes with coding as well. Let's see if it has it here too. If you have a 120-volt outlet, and the space is limited by the tire holder, by the tire itself, and it's a full-size vertical, many people won't worry about it. But I must tell you, the combined fuel consumption is 16 miles per gallon, which is about 68 kilometers per liter. It's not efficient, but with these tires, the extra weight, and aerodynamics, that's the price you have to pay for a serious off-road vehicle like this. And what problems has it had? This Colorado ZR2, including the Bison version, well, it already had a recall, what they call a recall, because of a problem with the fuel tank ring that was assembled incorrectly. That can cause leaks in the event of a crash. I understand that at the dealerships, in the service department, they're already looking into it, and as I said, a recall was issued about it. Well, how much are we talking about, Freddie? I'm glad you asked that important question. This one starts at $60,000, but the unit I've tested goes up to $65,000. That's right, $65,000. What is its direct competitor? Obviously, the Ford Ranger Raptor, which has a bit more power. 405 horsepower, it has the suspension. It's a Fox Live. and I think it performs better on the road than this one. Now then, what is the final verdict? Your priority determines the choice. For faster straight-line speed and more power, the Ranger Raptor is the right truck. But if you want a pickup that really responds, that has a strong commitment to durability, this one comes very well equipped, so depending on whether you want to take it into the mud, really drag it around, really test it off-road, I would go with a Chevrolet ZR2, the Bison version. I really liked it, but it depends on your priorities, so let me know in the comments what you think. Which one would you take? The Ranger Raptor or the ZR2 Colorado Bison? What's your opinion on the ZR2 Bison version? Share your thoughts in the comments. Also, if you like pickup trucks like this one, I'm going to leave a related video here that you're going to love. And let me know in the comments if I was right or not. For now, that's all. The list is in the video. Leave me your comment and your opinion about the truck, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.